Hi, this is Aaron from Guessing Zero. Today we're doing a video battle report of the game Bushido. I'm playing with my friend Matt. I'm going to be playing the Savage Wave. He's going to be playing Temple. Since we're relatively new to the game, our armies are not fully painted yet, so bear with us on that. And if we get anything wrong, feel free to let us know in the comments on YouTube or in comments on our webpage, guessingzero.com. Next up, we'll show you the armies and then we'll start the game. At 50 rice, this is my Savage Wave force. We have Ushi and Kimono, who actually has 2 profile cards. I get to switch between them during the game. I have a giant cave bat that I actually just got in the mail. I have 2 Bakemono archers. I have 2 Bakemono beaters. And then the special Bakemono Wu Zhang and Tra Peng.
Alright, so I'm taking 7 models, technically 6 guys, since we're going with Kitsune, Fox, Master Po, Etsuko, Kenko, Riku, and Hotaru. At a little short of 50 points, we're actually 4 points short, no, 2 points short, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And so I'm starting with.
We're on our deployment roll. So I get +1 to the red die because of Tra Peng, but a 5 beats a 2 regardless.
So you're setting up first.
Yep. Okay, on my deployment, I have a archer and beater on the far side and an archer and beater close in. Tra Peng can deploy a little forward because he's a scout. I've got Kimono and Ushi here. I've got Wu Zhang there and my giant cave bat. And then over on Matt's side, how he set up.
Oh, yeah. Kenko, Hotaru, Master Po, Etsuko, Kitsune in fox form, and Riku hanging out near the water, like he should.
Like he should. Alright, and you can see the board set up here. In the center there are 3 objectives, and we basically score points by having them aligned with us on the ends of turns 2, 4, and 6 for a maximum total of 3 points. Alright, here we go. Now we're rolling to see who goes first. I get a 2 on both die. He gets a 1. So I go first. I got to roll 2 dice because Ushi is a tactician. My archer is going to run forward 6.
I use one on a pass token for my first.
So I will follow up by running my beater as well.
Use my second pass token.
Of course. I'm going to continue my theme of running and run with this archer.
Hotaru's going to run forward, straight.
Now that he's run out of pass tokens, he actually has to do something.
Hey, I always do something.
Mm-hmm.
Tactically pass.
Tactically pass. My other beater is going to run up onto the bridge, so he's going to go, but he's not going to make it his full way because I only nominated that point in my line of sight.
Etsuko runs forward.
The giant bat is going to run here. Because he has flight, he should essentially ignore the intervening terrain. So he can move 7.5, but I obviously didn't nominate that far. And when you run towards a thing in line of sight, a point in line of sight. So since I nominated short, I go a little short.
Alright, Riku is going to run splashing through the water, so he's going to end up a little bit short, because for some reason, water is difficult for him to run through, even though he controls it.
He's not light-footed.
I know. Should be light-footed water. So, normally 6 inches, we'll drop that down by the 4 inches there, and 1 inch to get back up and down, so essentially, he ends up. I'll just put him there for right now. I lose the 1 inch, but that's alright.
On the far side of the board here, this archer is just going to take a walk to set up for next turn, hoping to draw some line of sight down across the river.
Riku's going to run forward to join Hotaru because he likes fire. Whee!
The Bakemono beater on the bridge is going to run this way. So he's got a nice 6. And he's going to slide ahead, giving me some extra movement.
Master Po is going to run up to catch up to his fellow monks. Only we're going to go to the side here, so...
His plans have been revealed.
Woo! I have plans?
Yeah.
Awesome. You should tell them to me sometime.
I'll try. Ushi is going to run off this way. Like the bat, he also has a movement 5, so that's pretty fast, which will get him essentially into base with the bat.
Oh, don't hit the bat.
Yeah, they're friends.
Riku's going to go and he's going to walk up the embankment here. So he's going to make a whole 3 inches.
So the thing with running is it actually can lower your melee skill, in addition to the fact that Riku would now be exhausted. So if he'd run forward, there's a chance I would have been able to engage him with, say, the bat. So not worth it to him.
I'm also going to do a chi feat. So do I actually say chi feat and then walk as a part of the chi feat, or do I say walk and then do a chi feat as a part of the walk?
You'd announce that you're doing the chi feat because that's your action, which, if it doesn't include the no movement symbol, means that you can move as part of it.
Fair enough. So I'm doing a chi feat.
Right, and then you moved.
And I walked as a part of that.
Yep.
And I'm going to put up Wall of Water because it's fun.
So you can see that the wall of water came up over here, blocking line of sight from some of my big guys to Riku. So I'm going to just walk Wu Zhang forward. He does not need to be very close in general, so he does not need to run. And apparently bumping the house is the other way I get extra movement.
Itsuko is going to walk. Not doing any chi feats or anything like that, so we're just going to go try and hide behind the magical wall of water here. Probably not going to hide too much from those big guys, but we'll always get some cover from them.
As you can see, Riku is very talented. He creates only 2-dimensional walls of water. Ushi is feeling pretty safe and like he's in a pretty decent position, so he's just going to walk forward a tiny bit and prepare for next turn's hostilities.
Master Po sees the Oni and he's going to walk forward to meet what hopefully will not be a horrible encounter with an Oni. So he's just going to walk forward next to this tree.
The bat does not understand the sound of water happening over here, so he's going to make his way actually towards this objective. Once again, he's got flight, so I think I'm going to put him... He's not attached to the base. He's going to fly down into the river. Like that, to get set up to grab that objective next turn.
Alright, Taro, she's pretty fearless. She still hasn't seen the Oni yet, so we're going to run forward again.
If I'm lucky, when she sees the Oni will dominate her and force her to attack her kin.
Well, hopefully she can't see you over the shrine. That's at least what I'm... You'll never walk around and see her.
Yeah. Tra Peng is going to sneak around the building, so he's going to walk forward, but even the camera shall lose sight of him in his sneakiness.
We're full of bad puns today.
Yep.
Kitsune is going to catch up to these guys. She's going to run forward. 5, 7.5. Hey, look at that. 1 activation. And she hid behind the house.
So with Kitsune behind the tree, Master Po, this terribleness, I'm going to move Wu Zhang just up. He's going to take a nice little walk. He's going to stay partially behind the Oni's base, using him for cover, which would provide him with camouflage as well.
I think Kitsune is going to attempt to sneak into an objective here, so Kitsune is going to walk forward. But I don't know if it's Tra Peng or Wu Zhang. We might try and trip her up here.
Tra Peng, but no, the walk target test is just 5. The run 6, and 5 is much easier when you're rolling 5 dice.
Alright.
So,
well,
I'm not going to waste my chi.
Alright.
Nice try, though, to lure me into it.
We're going to walk then. And actually, we're going to do a key feat, as I'm learning, because we will walk and do the key feat at the end of the walk.
if you're turning into the lady, since it's not an action, you don't have to announce it first.
Yeah, I just have to be the active model.
Right.
So,
like we said in the intro, it's, you know, still relatively new to us, which is why this stuff is unpainted.
so we will move up, and we will spend 1 key, switch ourselves out for it. Push you back a little bit.
Makes sense. I've pushed myself forward enough.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yep.
Kitsune appears magically onto the scene.
Tropang is interested in the sneakiness going on. He's just going to walk forward and stand here to get some line of sight in case it works out to be helpful. He'll move a little bit more forward, actually. His walk is 4, so he can easily do it. At this point, the only models we have left are Kenko over here and these 2 Bakemono, so all the action's going to happen here.
I tried to bait you, but it's not going to work.
No.
So in this case, we're just going to get as close as possible and give you lots of decisions to make. So he's going to run forward again.
Jeez. Alright then.
You're going to hit me, but I'm going to get you back.
Alright, well the archer's medium range is 8. So, do both of those have range defense?
And none of them do.
Well, I will shoot at the more valuable one here. So the Bakemono is at medium range, which means I need a 5 to hit. The model I'm targeting is exhausted, which takes it down to a 4, but the fact that the Bakemono ran this turn takes it back up to a 5. I have a 2 range attack skill, so I get 2 dice.
I do have range defense 1.
Oh.
Sorry.
Alright. So I miss. And the beater here is a little intimidated about what might happen and feels that he might be relatively safe where he is. So he's just going to walk a little bit to block some line of sight to the archer. And that should be the turn. So this is the end of turn 1, top of turn 2. We generated chi already for the next turn. Tropang is able to give a stunned marker to an enemy model within 8 inches, and I chose Kitsune. You can see the little stun marker there.
And I paid the 1 chi to keep the water wall up from Riku.
So this is where it's at. You can see that we're starting to gather around mostly this objective, but we've got a nice offense going here.
Who's the we? There's no offense on my side.
That's fair enough. Tactical roll to see who goes first. Since I kept Ushi in play, I get 2 dice. I win. So I will actually have you go first.
I'm going to actually activate Kitsune first, and we're going to take a prayer action, a simple action here. Turn that over to my side. So she'll be tired.
In response to Kitsune, my Bakemono beater here is going to walk into base with this objective to try to get the middle one for myself.
Etsuko is going to be brave, even though he is cowardly. And we're going to take a walk action. But we're going to walk around the wall of water here. It's going to jump around a lot. And
You have enough to get into base?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why he was right here. So we're going to walk around.
Right.
He should be good.
Well,
unfortunately, I don't have enough movement to hide from the gigantic Oni.
No one does. I'm immediately going to exhaust that Bakemono to turn this in my favor.
And I'm going to exhaust Tetsuko, praying this back to neutral.
Ushi is displeased with the state of things, so he is going to use Obey. He's going to target Kenko over here. So it's a simple action, and it allows him to move as part of it. So he's going to walk over this way, pretty far, thankfully, because I can actually get into base with the objective, and then I'm within 8 of him, so I get to attempt to obey him. So this is an opposed chi test, so we're each rolling our chi stat. I have a chi stat of 3, but I also have force of will 1, which adds 1 to my highest die.
So I have a 7.
No, it's a target test, so only
okay.
6s add.
Right.
So we're actually both at 7s, but I rolled more dice.
Right.
No, I'm sorry.
That's...
You're at 6 and I'm at 6. We're not both at 7s. Because I had 1 to my highest, which ties his highest. In target tests, only 6s adds. So we're tied, but in an event of a tie, whoever rolled more dice wins, which is me. So what this means is that Kenko gets a control token, which means right now he's actually in my warband. I can use 1 action by him, and Matt is not allowed to activate him until I do so. So I essentially not only eliminated one of his activations for himself, but I locked that model down until I use it, as well as getting to use it once myself. So it's pretty good.
So you're gloating, is what you're saying.
I'm explaining why that is so good.
They understand how the game works.
Do they?
Yes.
Alright, well, good for you guys, because I'm still learning myself.
Master Po's going to take a walk action.
And Trapeng is going to try to stop him.
All right.
So it takes 2 chi from me, and he has to make a move target test 5, which means he's rolling his 4 dice, and he needs to get a 5 on any of them, which he doesn't. So
Master Po's done.
Master Po does nothing with a stroke of genius. Trapeng laid down the excellent rabbit snare that caught the melee master. So wonderful for me. Okay, so Kenko here is going to actually melee Kitsune. He's got to walk around the zone of control here, but his movement should be fine for it. So because he's got to move 4, so he can essentially just come and skirt the 1 inch. And the advantage here is he's now going to be facing away from my crew as well as going down a step. And the control will be gone at the end of this. So Defender announces any boosts or chi feats.
No boosts, no chi feats, but I'm going to...
And Attacker then does. Right. I'm not allowed to use his chi, so I can't do them. So then we both announce any special attacks or defenses at the same time. Obviously that's kind of impossible, so I don't have any.
Sidestep defense.
Alright, so Kenko has 4 dice, and because he's not going to want to hit his own model, I'm putting them all into attack. And rolling pretty badly. But he rolled worse. So that's awesome. So I'm at a 6, because in a melee, they had 1.
But I'm going to have dodge 1, so I'm going to have you reroll 1 of the 5s. Yeah!
Wow!
Yeah!
Wow. Alright, so success level 1. So I'm just going to pick up his 2 and roll them.
And curse me with it.
And a 9. So 9 on success level 1 is 2 damage to the fox, who is now exhausted.
Yeah.
Kenko is angered by being controlled.
So angry, he's meleeing the Oni.
Alright.
Fear?
He does have fear, but it's only a 4, and I believe you have bravery.
I do.
So
my fear check.
And he fails.
Bravery.
And he passes. There we go. Ushi is going to boost once in order to help himself in his fight with Kenko, because he only has 2 dice against Kenko's 4.
Kenko is going to not boost, but we will declare a chi feat.
Okay, go for it.
We'll spend 2 chi for Body of Oak.
Which does what?
Which will give him armor 2.
Alright. And I don't have any special attacks or defenses?
No special attacks or defenses either.
Alright. So my blue dice are defense.
Which white dice defense, black dice are attack.
So you're at a 7 for your attack, and I'm at a 7 for my defense. So success level 0. And I have success level 1 on the attack. So do you want to roll your damage on success level 0?
Yep, I will swing first. 7,
does
0 does nothing. Yep. Plus 1 is 8, but still does nothing.
Right, and I'm toughness 1, so you'd actually have to get to an 11 to do a wound. So I'm success level 1, but I am strong, which means I roll 3 dice and take the highest 2 for my damage. So in this case, I have an 8 on success level 1, and I'm not plus any on him, so I do 1 in return. My Bakemono beater here knows what happens if he comes home with a dead Oni, so he is going to charge into Kenko. So he has to run straight at him, so he essentially turns and runs. Now, I was out of Kenko's line of sight, which means that this is a surprise attack, which knocks him down a die. He's outnumbered.
I am, but I'm Indomitable 1.
So that ignores it. He's exhausted, so he's down a die. Right. So he's down 2 dice, and he cannot use any chi, essentially, because he was surprised. So he can't boost or anything like that. I can with my Bakemono, so I'm going to boost once to take me up to 3 dice. And
no special attacks or defenses?
Nope.
Defense is 6?
My attack is 6.
So success level 0.
Success level 0. Alright. So that's 6. I get plus 2 because I charged, which takes me to an 8, but that is not enough to hurt him.
And Hitaru sees a melee, she wants to get into it and doesn't want to get shot, so Hitaru's going to melee the beater. Should have enough. Yeah, have enough.
Now, the beater will not be surprised.
Nope. But he is exhausted from the charge.
Yes, so he's down to 1 die. The beater does not plan on boosting.
I will boost.
Alright. So,
announce any
no.
Special? I will announce combo attack, which will drop my MS down 1.
Okay. You're at a 6.
Success level 1.
Right. So success level 1.
So that combo attack won't do anything.
Nope.
Woo! Go dice gods. 9. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Success level 1 with the 9 does 2. So the Bakemono takes 2 damage out of 4. So with things heating up on the right because of Hotaru, yeah, that had to happen. Wu Zhang is going to actually take the simple action chi feat Curse Fate on Kenko. Ooh. And so he's going to move over a little bit. He just needs line of sight, so because you're essentially taller than me, I can see you. Because I'm a small model. So it costs me 3 chi to Curse Fate, and I'm going to do that. So this is an opposed chi test. We both have 2 dice, but I have +1 because of Force of Will. And I have success level 2, which means I actually roll 2 dice, and those dice are, he can't count them as anything with that model. So 5 and 4 are now counted as zeros for that model for the rest of the turn.
Yeah. I'm going to activate Master Po. I'm going to have to start getting my guessing distances right here, because I am going to boost his movement and then melee the Oni.
Alright. So with a movement of 5...
I'm going to boost it twice to get him to 6.
You're going to go to 6? Okay.
Because I think 5's just out.
Okay. I'm not going to try to stop you with drop hang this time. With a movement of 6, when you only needed a 5, probably not worth my chi.
I might. I mean, it's me. Now the real question is if this was in 6. I get it. Yeah, it is. We're good. 5 would have been too short, but 6 will get me there. 6 will get me there.
Did you start out of line of sight? Well, you couldn't have, because otherwise you couldn't see me to melee me.
Right. That's what we talked about it earlier. When we said we could see behind that tree. I had a little bit of space to see that gigantic base of his.
Alright, so hold on 1 second before we put him in. Yeah. Because he's going to have to turn. Because they always turn to face.
Yep.
Whoever they're most recently attacking. So now I am outnumbered.
So now you are outnumbered, yes. So
because we forgot to before the movement, he has to just make a fear test.
Fearless.
Oh, Master Poe's fearless.
Yep.
So good for him. No boosts on my side.
I will boost on my side.
Okay. And no special things on my side. Are you doing any special things?
Combo strike.
Okay. I only have 1 die now. It's in defense. I get a 4.
And
You're at a 7.
I'm at a 7.
So success level 3.
Well, at least my combo strike will do almost something here. Well, we'll try it here. All right. Success level 3 to knock some trees down. Go dice.
Success level 3.
8 on 3, so it should be 3.
8 is a 3, but I take
9 from Master Poe. Sorry. So that should.
It's a 4, but I take 3 from it, which puts me at 7. That was brutal.
And then the combo strike, success level 0, or success
level 1.
I can't roll to save my day.
So success level 1 at 7 is 1.
Plus 1, but minus 1, so...
Well, it's not minus 1.
Right.
But
yeah.
I take no wounds.
Okay.
So 7 plus 1 for your damage
Is 8.
Is 8, which is still just 1 wound,
1. Yep.
which my toughness negates.
Yep.
I'm going to try something quite risky over here. Wu Zhang is actually going to try to curse fate Master Poe.
It'll never happen.
Just to see, because if I pull it off, you know, then he might actually be worth fighting, where right now he's not. So I'll spend 3 of my chi. Wu Zhang is going to just move a little bit here. I'm going to spend 3 chi, and we're going to make the opposed chi test. In this case, he actually has 3 dice. I only have 2, but I have plus 1, so I'm hoping that carries the day, and it does. So I'm at a 5, and he's at a 2, which means there are 3 dice that won't count for Master Poe, which could honestly be the death of him. He doesn't count 2s, 3s, or 4s. On the plus side, he's still counting 5s and 6s, but on the downside, most of his dice won't be counting. So let's see what happens.
I'll activate Riku. I'm going to gamble that he can walk through his own wall of water here. We're going to do, so that's just a size movement, which is on the card, which I have standing there. Size test, he is going to be medium, so I have 2 dice to make it to, what size test is it? Target test 5? 4. Target test 4.
And you're rolling how many dice?
2 dice.
2 dice.
Alright. No, he can walk through his wall of water, so he's going to walk straight to touch the idol here.
The bat sonars, I don't know, blood. So he's going to fly over towards Master Poe, which will put him...
Yeah, he hasn't damaged yet. So.
No, so I don't get the extra movement, unfortunately. Because that would be awesome. But...
it does have another activation.
Exactly. And that's where the key's going to come in.
Rico's going to activate after his walk there and take a prayer at this temple to turn it.
So right now Matt has 2, which means I probably won't stop him. But, you know, it all depends how things shake off over where things are heating up. Because we reuse jokes on Guessing Zero. The bat is going to melee Master Poe to the surprise of no one.
Right. Because Master Poe is Sixth Sense.
Right.
So he's not...
He
no, he's not. I lied. Why am I thinking that? He's fearless, indomitable, leap. He's not. So he's surprised.
He's surprised, which makes him down a die to 3 dice, and he can't... Well, he doesn't have chi anyway, so...
Yeah, and he's outnumbered. So he's down 2 dice.
No, he's not outnumbered.
Because indomitable.
Right.
I know things.
And either way, this splits off here with Ushi.
Yeah.
Kenko's blocking him up, so he doesn't actually get to add to the outnumbered here. So even if I get another model in there...
I like how you sound smart after I explained this earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You got to do these things on camera, man.
Sounds smart on
Got to do them on camera.
I got it.
So the bat doesn't actually have a chi pool, so he has no way to boost or anything like that.
And I have no chi, so I'm not boosting anything.
Right. I don't have any special attacks.
I will not sidestep defense.
Yeah. So essentially, he's down to 2 dice because he's also exhausted. So.
Oh.
You're in trouble. Neither of those count, and I'm at a 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm a success level 9. So I guess that's a GG to Master Poe. Success level 9 with a 6, which is low, but that doesn't matter because that's still 9 wounds.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I don't know what you do when your fate gets cursed, and then a gigantic bat flies up behind you to swallow your soul. So we just have Hataru here, who I assume is going to melee and kill my beater.
We are, but we're going to walk first.
You're going to turn him?
Well, I'm going to walk. His zone of control, since he's facing the other way, is over there.
You still can't end in base, though.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll end up over here.
Either way, you want to get away from my archer.
Yeah, essentially I want to make him at least walk to get to my... instead of just killing it and standing there and getting shot in the face. So, we'll walk over here. Although I guess you can still see me, but...
Well, the important thing, which I don't think Matt realizes on the other side, is that right here, you can see Tra Peng coming around the building. And if you remember, I cursed fated Kenko earlier, before there was space for him to melee in, and I was waiting for this battle to be decided, because I would have been outnumbering him if Tra Peng came in, and would have let me really mess up Kenko. But her coming around over here essentially blocks me, which means there's not that good of a chance of me pulling it off. There's still somewhat of a chance, but it is very, very low. So the Bakemono, no boost, and no special things. He doesn't have special things, so there's no big surprise there.
Yeah, no boost for me, and no special attacks.
And I'm down to 1 die because I'm exhausted, so I'm just gonna 3.
Wow.
So 5, 6, 7.
So
success level 4. If I think he's dead no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could have rolled that earlier for the
Master Poe. So yeah, the Bakemono definitely bites the dust. Alright, over on this end, this archer hasn't gone yet, so the first thing he's going to do is reload. Now, Matt is out of activations at this point in the game, so I just get to go again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a chi token to actually shadow walk him. Now, you can only do this if you're outside of line of sight. Oh, actually, but she's Sixth Sense, isn't she? So she ignores camouflage.
Yes.
Okay.
If you say so.
Yeah, she's Kitsune is Sixth Sense.
Oh, she is Sixth Sense.
Right,
I didn't know that.
Sixth Sense ignores camouflage.
Okay.
So what he's going to do is I guess he's going to shoot Kitsune at this point. I was going to basically teleport, but I'm going to shoot Kitsune. So he's going to come around here. So he's nice, short. Short distance, and he's going to shoot at her. Does she have any range defense or anything?
She does not.
So I'm going to have 2 dice on this, and we'll see how it goes. So my target number is 4, because normally it's 3 at short range, but I had to move, so that takes me up to a 4. But then it drops back down to 3, actually, because Kitsune is exhausted. And I don't think the fact that Kitsune is stunned actually impacts ranged attacks, which it does not seem to. So, I'm going to roll the dice. I'm looking for a 3 on these 2 dice. And no.
He's way over her head.
A very bad archer. Oh well. So at the top of turn 3, Ushi has turned into Kimono, which is my melee fighter, to, help deal with Kenko, who Tra Peng gave his stunned marker to. The wall of water came down because he did not spend the chi to keep it up, and we're going into the turn. Alright, we're doing our tactical roll. Because Kimono does not have Tactician, I'm only actually rolling 1 this time around for a 2. So Matt gets to decide who goes first.
Yeah, I think Kinko's life here on this world is short, so I'm going to have to start with him. The real question is whether I want to at least whittle down the Oni a little bit, or if I just want to try and squish Tropang. I'm not sure, but he's definitely going to melee. And we are going to... How many wounds does that Oni have left? 7?
7.
And now you're rolling 3 dice.
Yes.
So we'll...
No boosts on my end.
Well, I'm making my decision to melee Kimono.
Right.
So we're hitting the Oni. We're going to try a last-ditch effort for some hope for the temple. Take down some of that evil in the world. So we will boost melee here.
Alright. I've got no boosts on my end. I don't have enough chi. And I'm not wasting any dice on special attacks here. He does have the ability to spend chi as well to get combo attack, but I don't have the chi for that either. I only have 1. I spent everything making sure that Ushi didn't die to Master Po. So, I'm all divided up.
I'm going to announce combo attack.
Alright. And you're down 1 dice for the stunned. So 2 in defense gets me to the 7. And you are also at a 7. So it's a success level 0 here, and I'm at a success level 4 for my attack because I'm brutal 1. But he hits first, so success level 0 against the Oni. You need to roll a 11.
Don't say that.
So you're at 10, but you're plus 1, right?
So I rolled an 11, yeah.
Yeah, so at 11 he does 2, I'm toughness 1, so I take 1 wound, dropping me to 6. And I'm success level 4.
So he's dead.
I'm success level 4 and I'm strong, so I'm rolling 3 and I'm adding 2 to it for strength level. So I'm at an 8, adding 3 takes me to 11. On success level 4 does 6 wounds. And then I'm going to do Consume Soul, which costs a chi. When an enemy model is removed from play by being reduced to 0 wounds and within 3 inches of this model may recover a number of wounds equal to the chi stat of the removed model. So I actually heal 2 and I go up to 8. And there's the board there. Alright, my bat is going to go and he's actually going to walk. So because he has flight, he can ignore models, terrain, and zones of control while moving. So what this actually lets me do is fly up over here and come into the back. So I'm measuring from this side of the base, so looking at them, which is sort of forcing Matt's hand over there.
Alright. Well, that bat is scary, but we are going to... Oh, I can't actually do that. I just realized. I tried to throw up a wall of water and melee, but I can't do that. Unless I... Yeah.
Is it an action?
It is an active non-melee. So I'd have to be able to do a key feat and then do my melee action.
Oh, and it's non-melee.
And it's non-melee. So, do I attempt to save them with the wall of water, or do I just bite it? Well, let's just be a little annoying. We'll go with Riku still. Unfortunately, Atsuko is just going to be left to his own devices. We are going to melee. We are going to melee this archer.
Jeez.
So we are going to boost movement. Spend the 2 chi. Hopefully that's in 5 inches to get me base to base.
Should be.
Yep. I'll make sure I was... For my
Alright.
4 inches would have left me outside, so it was worth spending the points.
It's very nice to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's a very good ability to have. All right.
So I'll just go there.
On my end, I think I want the chi for other guys, so I'm not going to boost. Yeah, not going to boost.
I will not boost either, but I'll announce push defense.
Okay. A great attack roll.
Yeah.
So he's at a 9. Luckily, thank God, I rolled a 6. So he's only a success level 3. But on an archer, you know, they only have 4 wounds. So essentially, if he rolls a 9...
+1 here.
So if he rolls an 8, I die. And he does. So he just straight up kills that archer.
I can feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Sort of. Almost.
So the archer is down. And what Matt's doing here is he's making it pretty difficult for me to get the points, because this is turn 4?
Turn 3.
This is turn 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just started turn, or
yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
Maybe the thing will start, but it's turn 3 because you still have another turn to flip things around.
Right, and that's going to be the important thing on my end.
Yep.
Because this turn, I think he would have it again this turn, because it takes me so many actions to spin these. But I don't really need to wait to see here. Batty is going to go after the healer. So you'll be down 1 for being surprised, which probably puts you at like nothing.
Puts me at 1.
Puts you at 1.
Does he have fear?
No. No. The bat
giant bat
somehow
doesn't have
is
fear.
not frightening.
So the cowardly Itsuko will be fine facing this.
I think he'd probably be... His points would have to go up, his rice cost, because with fear, when I'm flying around, sonic screeching and stuff like that, it would be...
The wheel is for, to roll around and make people scared, so yeah, it makes sense.
Alright, so we're going to come right over here. I've got 3 dice, he's got 1 dice. Yep. Let's do it.
I'll go ahead and boost. Just to
You can't, because you're surprised.
So I'm surprised, you're right. Now I'm going to die.
I can't boost again because I'm a bat.
Bats. Woo! Some sort of
he's
saving
6.
grace.
I'm just going to move it. So 5, 6, 7. So I'm at success level 1 at least. That gives me something. 1, 7 will actually be 1 wound, and I have poison 1, 2. So he'll actually get 2 poison 1 markers from that attack, in addition to the 1 wound that he took.
Facing that direction.
So, you know, the bat...
I'm just turning him around.
Bat didn't...
He's facing that direction.
He used up all his energy on Master Po, is really what it came down to. So, yep.
And he is tired.
Right, and so is the bat. What's your next move? Now that we're down to fewer models, I'm just sort of letting it roll for the people.
Fair enough. So you're saying I need to hurry up my
I'm just
processes here?
letting people know why suddenly we're stopping cutting.
Oh, I see. Well, let's see how difficult I can make this for you. We'll go ahead and pray here and turn it.
Alright.
I probably should have attacked and meleeed that Bakemono, but...
The bat is going to attack you again.
Fair enough.
So you should be at 2 dice this time.
I'm not surprised.
Because you're not surprised.
And I did take 1.
You knew that bat was coming.
Well, he's now hitting me in the face. I will not be surprised.
Alright. And then we'll both be exhausted after this, which is...
Yep.
I went all in, but I went in with a 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 versus your 7.
Yeah.
So success level 2. Getting kind of lucky there. Success level 2
Should be only 1 wound.
at a 5 is only 1 wound, but I actually will apply the poison again, which makes a difference.
It does. That means he's dead.
Yeah, I mean he's doomed. But he's a healer, so he can actually spend actions.
Not now, because doesn't the poison... When I stack a bunch of poison, I now have 4 1/1s, but doesn't that translate to...
So at the end of the turn, what happens is you'll take 1 damage from your poison, and then you check, and if you have 3 or more markers of the same type, they turn into 1 marker of the higher type.
Okay.
So at the end of this turn, they'll turn into... He'll take 1, putting him at 2 wounds, and then he'll have a poison 2 marker. The problem, of course, being that he's a healer, so he can actually heal himself before that would kill him, assuming he has activations, essentially, which is my overall goal here.
Yeah, because now you can start turning stuff.
So if we look on the other side of the table here, because now this is where all the action is, because he only has this model left, I'm gonna, well, the archer unfortunately would have to reload, which would give Kitsune a chance to...
it's my action now, so...
do something. That's true. My apologies.
Yeah. You haven't won yet, sir. You haven't won yet.
And yet I keep trying.
Well, I mean, you're going to. So Kitsune's going to go. She is going to change into fox form.
Where is that crafty fox going?
Oh, far away. Far away.
How much chi does she have now? 4?
4 now.
Wow.
So she is going to change into a fox. Because she is going to book it.
Where's she trying to go?
Somewhere else, sir. Somewhere else.
You're going to be like that, huh?
Yep. We are going to walk because she was facing this direction, and I don't want to run that direction.
You can only run to a point in line of sight.
Right. And I don't want to go anywhere in my line of sight right now, so we are going to walk. We are going to boost my walk up to a 6 because I really don't want to be here anymore. So we're going this way. I know that frees up that one there, but I think he was going to get it anyway. Because if you use this guy, he's already activated because he killed.
Right. So, but only once.
Right.
So
you can put it neutral with him, or you're going to have to move other guys.
Kimono is going to go at this point, and he is going to walk. If he had line of sight behind him, he would have been able to melee, but he did not. So he's essentially turning like this. My hope is that he'll be able to engage wherever the action is next turn. I'll actually leave him facing a little bit this way, just because of that stupid fox. And Kimono's done.
I should have put my little marker on Kitsune here.
Yeah, and because I don't believe you can actually see where she went. There she is.
The bat has 6 cents.
The bat does have 6 cents.
So I'm not going to surprise the bat, so let's just try and get into position here. So we are going to boost your movement again and do a walk action. We're going to stay outside of the bats. That's melee, but we are going to go over here.
Alright.
And I'm out. That's my whole 3 models.
It's going to go, walk, and then the next action is going to be to melee. So you are at 1 die.
Yeah.
Outnumbered, surprised.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. Exhausted.
Exhausted.
The works.
Dead. Yep. Yeah, he's in 1 die. So.
And I'm actually.
Well, actually, how many is that? So exhausted, outnumbered, surprised.
You can't boost because you're surprised.
Can't boost because I'm surprised. So it doesn't matter.
Right. So I'm gonna come back over here.
All right.
So we can check out our dice rolls. And whoop. All right. So the Bakubono has 2 dice. He's not very special either. But hopefully it's good enough. So he rolled a 1. I know you can't actually see that.
I'll show everyone how.
So I'm at a 2-3 because it adds 1. So 3 to success level 0 because 1s are 0 means that I kill him. So
he's off the table.
He dies. Now, if my Oni had another chi, he would actually be able to spend it and heal up to full because the model died within 3 of him, which is really good. When I first started playing Savage Wave, I thought he had to be the one to kill the model, but he doesn't, which is awesome. So that went in my favor there. Then what's going to happen is the archer on the far side of the building, which you can't see now, but you will be able to in a second, is going to just walk up to this and then spend the action to neutral it. So there's that. Tra Peng is going to walk over this way. And he will actually walk again, getting himself in base here. And then Wu Zhang is going to run over this way. So he can go 6. Gonna come like this. Whee! Actually, I think I pointed back a little further, and I didn't want him to go the full way. So he ran there. And he is my last model to activate. So I'm going to spend his final action to Psychic Venom the Fox. It's an 8-inch range. It's a simple action. Oppose chi test with target enemy model, and you'll gain poison 1 marker. So I'm going to spend, it takes me 2 chi to be able to cast it at all, and then I'm going to spend 1 chi because I just want him to get poison 1. I just want him hurt because the bat gets better when he's hurt. And I don't think Kitsune's been hurt yet, Kitsune.
She's 1. She is already hurt.
Okay.
But she, in her fox form, she has regeneration.
Okay, so she would heal up.
So right now she's going to heal to full if you don't do anything.
Right. So oppose chi test here, and we're gonna
Strong mind
check it out.
is +1 or plus die. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I've got it here.
Okay.
So strong mind is adds X to the chi stat. So
Okay.
you're going to be at plus whatever your number is. So you're rolling 3, I'm rolling 2, but I have force of will, which gives me +1. But he wins, hands down. So that dude is done, and I am out of models. So we'll just jump right into turn 4. There's no points scored.
I'm going to regenerate
Turn
the 1
3.
wound on Kitsune at the end of the phase.
Right.
There's no points on turn 3, and I will do my chi generation.
And Tra Peng is going to stun Riku. Because Tra Peng is very, very good. I actually believe I'm going to switch back to Ushi at this point, because not only does he generate more chi, but if I can actually manage to control one of his models, it'll be a sad day for him. And now I'm only generating 5 with the Bakemono Horde, which is obviously plenty. The other advantage of switching back to Ushi is I now have Tactician, giving me a better chance of going first, which is something I want. Alright, so that's a tie.
Because you rolled more dice.
Ones never count.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, I win. So, we will look at it. Now, are you behind my bat there?
Yeah, both of these have 6 cents though. But
Right. The question is, can I attack you?
Not looking at the measurement here. With the...
The measurement doesn't matter. Come on.
Well, I'm just trying to be nice here. I think you can see me from
The back.
Oni. You can definitely see me from the back because they have 6 cents. Oh, they can't
No,
be charged.
that's not. Awareness is 360 line of
If
sight.
he is facing
Can I
directly
attack
forward,
you?
I am.
Yeah, because he was
behind
meleeing a person right here.
Then I am behind your line of sight.
Okay. Okay.
She does not have any wounds on her. And neither does Riku.
Right. Great. So,
I have a lot of pass tokens. I don't think I'm going to use them all, but I've got a lot.
yes. Yes, you do. So I'm actually going to start with Wu Zhang, and Lu, you know what? I think I'm just going to melee Riku over here with the bat. So it's a 5,
And
which
you will be surprised.
I easily have. Yeah, because you went over there. You had to be looking at the statue in order to turn it.
Yeah, and I did the melee to the guy there, so he is facing that direction. You will be surprised.
Right. So he's surprised and stunned. So he's down 2 dice. And yeah, he's down 2 dice. And he can't boost with that lovely stack of chi. I'll zoom in on it right there. That is why you want to surprise models.
Fair enough.
So, yep. The bat's coming in hard to try to stop shenanigans.
Push defense.
Okay. Jeez, Matt. So I'm at 6, 7, 8, and he's at 4. Success level 4 probably is going to wreck him.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Success level 4 with a 9 is 5 wounds.
Well, he's alive with 1 wound.
But he gets poisoned.
Well, he's still alive. I still get to have an action with him.
Yes, you do. Matt is not getting lucky this game, but as bad as I feel for him for that, it is nice to be on the opposite end of the, oh yeah, this is what it feels like to have someone who can't roll.
As much as I'd like to run, I run straight at an Oni right there. That's not going to be too
I mean, he's only a 2 dice Oni right now. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to beat him. I'm just saying he has so many wounds that I just can't imagine him going down to a fox. But that's my own animal prejudice.
The fox is going to walk and just...
Really?
I'm going to make it difficult for you to win this game.
Alright, the bat's going to go. He's going to melee Riku again. Now he can boost and he's not down dice. So I'm sort of... actually, Riku's dead, isn't he? He doesn't have any way to ignore the poison and he's at 1.
Right.
Yeah, so never mind. So can this Bakemono see that fox? Yes. So I'm going to melee said fox. And you stayed as a fox, which...
I did stay as a fox, on purpose.
Is to my advantage.
Sort of.
I mean, it's harder to hurt you, but you're less likely to hurt me.
Yeah.
Which is really, you know, what I want. So I've got 2 dice. He only has 1 die, but he has, I believe, dodge 2.
Yeah, I do.
Which is, you know, pretty
Sidestep.
stellar.
Sidestep defense.
Alright.
And...
I'm not bothering to boost. I want my chi in other places.
I don't have enough to boost for the attack there, so...
Okay. It's all an attack for me. I rolled a 6.
I rolled not on a...
You're going to make me re-roll the 6.
Well,
the 1, why would you make me re-roll that? You can't make me re-roll the same die more times.
I know.
Matt can't roll worth a damn. So my success level is 4, which means that fox is effed. An 8 on a 4 is 4 wounds.
Still alive, sucker. We're at 1 wound.
And you're exhausted,
Yeah.
which means all you have left is Riku.
Yeah.
Just for purposes, I'm going to move this. Makes it easier to see. I don't think it's going to come into play. So, yep. So, is Riku going to melee?
How much chi do I have? No, Riku's not going to melee. Oh, but I can't be in melee for... Well,
Your water wall?
I can't. Yeah. gonna walk. So we're gonna try and disengage.
Disengage. Okay. So disengage is an interesting thing here. We actually make a melee exchange. He has to put more dice in defense than attack. So.
But I can't end up. Can I disengage as part of a melee? No.
The disengage is performs a melee exchange.
Yes, I was just saying that I can't end in zone of control of someone else with that walk action.
That is correct.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I mean, from my perspective, you might as well just swing all out at him, because you're dead at the end of this, and this is his last action.
Yeah.
So, at least if you can remove the bat.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you are correct.
It doesn't actually.
It doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't get back into a melee with a different model, I might as well swing at the bat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll swing at the bat.
Okay. Bat, once again, can't boost, has no special attacks or defenses. Actually, I have a sweep attack 0 when an enemy model has wounds on its profile card. But I don't need to sweep attack, so.
I'll boost twice, because of mine as well.
Right.
And announce. Actually, none of that really matters. None of it matters. And since I'm swinging first and dying anyway.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm just going all defense.
And I'm all in attack. So I do have different colors.
3, 4, 5.
But they are all attack because I boosted twice and only have 5 of the other.
I have dodge 1, so I'll make you reroll 6.
I have parry. But you didn't attack me, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
You'll make me re-roll a 6. Into a 6.
Well, there he goes. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen, with his 9 to my 5. So success level 4.
Yeah, it doesn't actually matter. That was kind of a spectacular...
I mean, normally it doesn't make sense to throw that many dice, but considering you were going to die anyway, you might as well go for the biggest hit you can.
So success level 5.
4.
4?
You were at a 9, I was at a 5.
Okay, sorry. 4.
I rolled 3, 2, 2, so...
I bounced it out, and that was a 3 before I hit it.
It doesn't matter.
This was a 3, then I hit it, so it's 7 on a 4.
Does 4 wounds.
8.
8, it's still 4 wounds.
Yeah.
So the bat is down to 3 wounds. And the bat actually heals when it does damage with a melee attack. It heals 1, but it's not gonna matter. So they're both exhausted over here.
And I'm done.
So he's just gonna die then. So the Wu Zhang here is going to melee the fox for the outnumber and exhausted, but 1 die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it would he doesn't have enough to boost. So Wu Zhang actually only has 1 die. So you know, it's not like he's particularly amazing here. But the point was to outnumber him for when the beater attacks next.
Yeah.
Good. No boost or anything.
Sidestep defense.
Okay. I didn't attack.
I didn't either.
There didn't seem to be much of a point. So sidestep defense will let him sidestep defense. I thought it was on here, but it doesn't seem to be.
Oh,
okay.
So we'll look it up real fast if you want to pause it so they don't listen to us.
Meh. Sidestep defense, I believe you're going to move directly away, which might mean nothing.
Right. Critical strike, drag, sweep. Successful defender 1 inch away from the attacker.
It doesn't matter to me. You can just... Here. So I'm not sure. Anybody watching this video, please...
directly away, or do I just get to move 1 inch away?
Right. And we'll play just 1 inch away, because I'm not sure how... I mean, you'll stop the outnumbering, but...
And you've won.
Right.
I'm playing this out for the final of the turn, but yeah, I mean, you've won this game, so...
So you back up.
I'll back up, but...
Just on a real quick, this guy is going to turn this to my side and then reload. Tra Peng is going to...
completely flip it.
Yes.
I mean, not that I'm telling you how to win, but if he doesn't completely flip it, he doesn't.
Right. No, I'm silly then.
Yeah.
You stayed in melee here?
Because don't I have to? I can't just walk out of melee from...
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know.
I assume...
Anybody watching,
yeah,
please fill us in.
That's another one I'll just assume is...
And he's going to melee the fox, and I'm going to boost twice. Which will put me at 4 dice. Since you can't boost, it doesn't... I figure I'd just announce.
Inside step defense on mine.
Yep. I'm all into attack. Oh, Jesus. Well...
Yeah, I'll re-roll a 4. I'm not going to make you re-roll a 3. Because there's a good chance that'll go higher.
Yeah. Alright. We'll do that again.
I'm not the only one.
So 6 to 5, success level 1. The rerolls don't always work out in your favor. Success level 1 on a 6 is a wound, which kills the fox, which means he's...
It'll hit it.
I thought you were down to 1 wound. Is that what that mark is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I do 1 wound.
Yeah.
That kills the fox. Riku will die at the end of the turn. I have 2 this turn, which will get me 1 point. And then on turn 6, I'll get another point for the most. So, good game. Good game. We just finished our game of Bushido. This is Matt. You didn't get to see him before. That's his dog, Wyatt.
Yeah, he's joining me because I'm going to cry.
Yes. You need man's best friend. So, yeah, we finished the game. It was an interesting game. It's definitely gone better for me luck-wise than usual. But one of the important things on my end is that I felt like I understood Savage Wave more.
When you got to use the combos, I think the one thing where you were, or that I was lacking in my list more than anything was that you definitely had to, like, you know, those numbers don't count, then you come in with this, and then you're able to just kill a model just outright.
Right.
And where I'm kind of just relying on the longevity of the monks more than anything.
Right.
And that just didn't work out too well when you're faced with the power of a focused power of the Savage Wave, really.
Yeah, and I mean, I really feel like Wu Zhang was my MVP that game, just because he took dice away from Master Po, which really just opened it up. Because Master Po is a 12 rice model, and in a game of 50 rice, you know, that's over a fifth of your list. And just having him drop because you essentially had a success level 0 because of your dice didn't count was just gigantic. And what it did was it opened up my Oni to own the field, in a manner of speaking. So you didn't really have an answer for the Oni since he didn't take enough damage.
Because that's yeah. When I was coming in to attack the Oni, I traditionally play more reserved, and this time I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go straight for the attack, and it didn't pan out for me. And I don't think it should have, actually. Coming to think about it, the Oni's got so many wounds. I would have had to have the chi to do the unblockable strike
and hit.
Really focus that hit. So you know, at the end game, I really think that was not the proper move that I should have done. But I definitely was never going to find another chance to outnumber, surprise, and have that Oni down to 1 dice. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just so many little things could have made all the difference in that match. If Tra Peng hadn't snared Master Po, Master Po wouldn't have needed to use the chi to get in with Ushi, and Ushi's not that good in melee. He only has the 2 dice. I had no chi by that time, so you would have surprised me, and you wouldn't have spent your 4 chi boosting your movement, which is an unblockable strike. And so that would have meant that since I was surprised, outnumbered, all that, I would have been at 1 die, which he would have removed with unblockable attack. And so whatever he rolled was a success level. And granted, you still, so, you know, if you put essentially 4 of your dice into attack, you know, you can expect a success level of 7, maybe 8. which means that on average he's doing 8 wounds, which still would not have killed the Oni, but it would have made it a completely different game, because what it would have meant was that after that you could have followed up. So that Trapeng
I could have
snare
followed up
was
with
big.
Riku or Kinko, or just the other guy who was in melee, just to hit it for a couple of wounds and not have to go for big hits to try and take it down. Yeah, it was definitely a turning point, and I knew it at the time. It just rolled bad, and and then kept rolling bad.
Yeah.
But other than that.
But so from a model perspective, on Savage Wave side, it's hard for me to imagine not taking Trapeng. He's 5 rice. He is essentially the same stats as any other regular old Bakemono, but for 1 additional rice, you can snare somebody that you don't even have to see. You can just get somebody all the way across the board on turn 1. But even more important than that is the free stun marker. To a model within 8 inches, if I can see it, it gets a stun marker, and that's -1 melee skill. Cool. And you know, you were lucky in that Temple have 4 dice models, and that was helping you out a lot. But most crews don't. So you know, if you have a 3 dice model and I drop it down 1 weapon skill, something coming in like an Oni or even a Bakemono is, you know, on par, and we're talking about a cheap 4 rice model that I can summon. I just can't imagine not bringing Trapeng. I liked what Ushi brings to the list. The control token was just such a huge thing, because I lowered, so for 1 of my actions and 3 of my chi, I lowered 2 of your model states and put a damage on 1 of your models. And the only other time I've used
faced him
the wrong way, right?
So he was surprised, or when when you had the Bakemono come in,
right?
Like that is just such a good.
It is.
Have that control marker really is worth having that Oni.
The only other time I used Ushi, now I did use him slightly wrong because I used my opponent's chi. So it was the first time I'd ever used him, and I didn't realize that you couldn't on a control marker. But even if I hadn't used the chi, it would have been pretty impressive. I took control of a Temple Bushi and killed one of my opponent's other models. The swing was just good enough that, you know, not only did I face him the wrong way and lower his thing, but I killed another model. Now maybe I wouldn't have killed it without the chi investment, because I boosted like once. But regardless, I still would have hit, because you don't do that many wounds without a good success level. So yeah, that control marker is big, which is actually why I like bringing Ushi and Kimono, because it's 2 rice more than Zuba, and you know, although 2 rice is kind of important in Savage Wave because the Bakemono are 4, at the end of the day, while Zuba is in many ways better at melee than even Kimono, the fact that I can sort of control the battlefield on the early turns and then get in the thick of it on the late turns, that flexibility is just big.
Yeah, and on my end, I think I just need to play the Temple differently too. I mean, you kind of honed down on what you're going to do with the Savage Wave. In this case, in the first game, I started boosting movement to try and get places that I need. Unfortunately, in this case, I was boosting movement to get into combat, and as much as I keep trying to force the Temple into being a melee-centric crew, it's just really not happening. I need to try and stay out of the fight, but just finding that balance, because there's no way, you know, with my extra movement, I tried to make it to the center of the board and impose those the idols as quick as possible, because if I knew I was going to die, but if I could have it for turn 2 and 4, I was winning. I could just win and then die after turn 4, and I'm fine with that. But just not able to hold on with the way that you just outnumbered.
Right.
I just need to, I need to find a balance with some of the peasants, because there really aren't any midpoint models for the Temple. So I think I just
and the Kami.
Yeah, and the Kami, but I don't think the Kami can pray.
No, but they're cheap activations.
In this case, though, it's not necessarily the activations that I was worried about, but where I was trying to lock out the idols by getting all 3 of them. It wouldn't have been as bad as if you didn't have as many models that could turn it. Like, right. You still had the capability to just kill my guys and then have other guys pray at the Temple.
Right.
Where if you'd have had less, it would have been not. You would have been making a decision I guess is what I'm trying to battle. Is that it would have been a lot harder for you to try and figure out whether to kill me or whether to get points.
Right. Right. It was an interesting game. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's just in the sense that for one of the first games of Savage Wave, I felt like I was playing them as opposed to just strictly learning them. I mean, there's still things I was referencing and everything like that, but just getting to the point in a game where you can just sort of move models, like, yeah, I know what this does, is just such a, it opens the game up. It lets it be a little more fun, because then even when you're losing, you're not taking a long time to play. You're just moving models, you're like, oh, that was a bad move. And, I can't stress enough, just speed in games matters for enjoyment on multiple levels, and it helps you recognize what your bad moves even were.
Right. Like, early on I was trying to set up the wall of water so that when you came in to pray at the temples, I'd just push you away with Riku's tsunami. But whether you knew that or not, I wasn't sure. But you definitely just didn't even get into a spot where I could push you away with it. And then locked him down into melee when I could.
Yeah. Well, Riku came over to deal with the bat, and the bat just said, "Eee!" and flew over and dealt with Master Po.
Yeah, I just think that my model count needs to go up. They're definitely capable monks, but just,
I don't think you need that many of them.
I don't
it's
think
really
so.
what it comes down to.
But it definitely need to be able to have activations that have capability to complete the objective.
Right, but you also need activations to make sure that your monks aren't essentially exhausted so often when I'm engaging them. Because I was forcing that numerous times of just like, alright, well, your models are exhausted, now my Bakemono have a chance of doing something. And I had the activations to do it, and that's very important. All in all though, it was a fun game. This is our first battle report, so we hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think in the comments on the website or YouTube, and check out some of the other content Guessing Zero has to offer. Matt and I do a podcast, A Crit of Gamers. We have another show, Gaming Done Right, which is a bunch of other guys. And yeah, just come check us out, let us know what you think, and we'll have more content up soon. Have a good one.